Hey y'all, today's tip I am going to call choose your words, which cracks me up a little bit because it's a phrase that I say to my little tiny frustrated people that are just now learning to use their words. I will say, choose your words. Tell mama what you need. Use your words. Use your words. And I think it's funny that my tip for adults is use your words. My sister Angie came to minister to me immediately on March 28th when I fell in a pit, and she stayed and ministered to me for most of the entirety of an entire week. And one of the first ways that she ministered to me was she told me, I will not forget it, Carrie, you're going to need to use your words and use your voice. There's going to be things that are too much, and you're going to have to say that. There's going to be things that you need, things that you want or don't want, and you just need to tell us. Use your words, use your voice. Let us hear your voice. It was really, really good advice, especially for that week when there were so many decisions to be made, and I was coming from such a weak place. It felt good for someone to just tell me permission to just, whatever you need, whatever you want, just say it. And however you say it is fine. And as I walk along in this, I find that I still need to use my words, and I still need to make my voice heard. And I have a feeling there's a lot of other people that do too. Proverbs 16:23 and 24 says, "The heart of the wise makes his speech judicious and adds persuasiveness to his lips. Gracious words are like a honeycomb, sweetness to the soul and health to the body." James talks about our words being like a bridle, like a bit in the mouth of a horse that guides a person where they go. And your words can guide you to safe places. So this is tough because it's about transparency and vulnerability, which is not easy, but is so worth it. And the more you do it, the more comfortable it gets. And so I want to encourage you to learn a way to use your voice to tell your story about the truth of your life and the pit that you're in right now. And I have two tips related to this. One is a little bit related to triggers, but one is scripting. And that is developing a script in your head for a way that's comfortable for you to say what's true in your life. The first time that I said to someone who didn't love me and didn't know me, my daughter died, it was so hard. It took the whole tribe praying for me to be able to do that, and it was so hard. But since then, it's gotten easier and easier to tell people the truth and to find phrases that are still a part of my personality, but tell my truth that I've got a little farm girl in heaven, and it was the best 41 days of my life. But you need to know this about me. So I can predict that there are people who know I was pregnant, know I had a baby, but do not know that her life number was 41, and I can script that answer, and I can bring that out into the light. And I want to encourage you to bring as much out into the light as you can, because in the darkness, it has power over you and has shame, and when you bring it out into the light, you're free. And God does his best work in the light. So one is scripting, coming up with a way that's comfortable for you to say what you know is going to be asked of you. Don't have a bunch of anxiety about people are going to ask. Start to ask God to give you your script about how you're going to answer, and use your words. You have nothing to be ashamed of. I don't care what pit you're in. The fact that you're in it and you're getting out is freeing and is perfectly fine. And then the other one is for the times that you can't predict, or that you might be experiencing an unpredictable trigger. And my first advice for starting out with this is to use the phrase, "I feel," followed by "I need." And I'll give you an example. When we first tried to buy Ellis's Ebenezer, her headstone for her gravesite, I got very, very, very overwhelmed, and my heart was beating out of my chest, and I felt like I was going to kind of go crazy. And I said, I feel very overwhelmed. I need to take a break and maybe do this on another day. I feel a little panicky. I need to take a break and I'll be right back. I feel extremely exhausted and anxious this morning. I need to come in a little later. I feel and I need, especially followed by your scripted response, is great. And I also want to say that this doesn't just apply to negative things. This weekend, I encountered one of our friends who is overflowing with joy about her new granddaughter. And I asked her how she was doing, and you could tell her eyes lit up and she reached for her cell phone. And then she remembered that my baby died. And she went, oh, well, she's doing good. And I said, hey, were you getting ready to show me pictures of her? And she went, well, and I said, because I feel strong enough to look at them, if you would like to. Are you sure? Yeah, I do. I feel strong enough to look at them, because sometimes people don't know where you're at. They try to be respectful, and you actually feel strong enough to do whatever it is. I'm reintegrating and building my strength towards babies. And I've had friends where I've said, I don't feel strong enough to hold him today, but I'm so glad I got to see him, and I'm getting better. And I've had times when I've said, I feel like I could hold him for a little bit. Can I hold him? And then I feel like that's enough. I need to give him back to you. Thank you. And just be honest about what you feel and what you need. God's kindness radiates through his people. And when they know where you're at and what you need, his kindness flows through them. It makes you feel less crazy and less awkward. It makes you less likely to just bolt out of an event, and helps you maintain your relationships and start to move through the things that are hard to move through, but let people know, oh, so you know, I've got something going on here. I feel something. I need something. I'll be right back. I need to leave. Sometimes we try to do something and we're completely overwhelmed, or we know we're going to lose it, and we'll say, I'm feeling emotional and I need to go home, or whatever it is that you need. So today's elementary topic is use your words. It's okay. Don't be afraid. People are beautiful and people are wonderful when they know what's going on with you. And God does such great things in the light. And sometimes he introduces you to people that you can help because you were brave enough to bring it out into the light. So have a great day. Battle up, y'all. Use your words. Bye.